Now, the eCitizen platform is yet again at the center of claims of pilferage of public funds through the system used to access government services.
Now, according to a special report by the Auditor General commissioned by the Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly, fictitious payments running into millions of shillings have been paid and others diverted to private accounts.
Where the problem comes in, Chairman, is when we put brilliant ideas like this to steal, to loot from Kenyans.
eCitizen, envisioned as Kenya's stride into the digital future, a platform that promised Kenyans seamless access to passports, business registrations, and over 22,000 government services. But behind the veneer of efficiency lies a saga of billion-shilling vanishing acts, secret pay bills, and a web of private players pulling strings at the expense of public trust. Auditor General Nancy Gathungu's cutting 2025 audit rocked the nation. She revealed a yawning 10.8 billion Kenyan shillings black hole at the heart of the eCitizen systems, funds collected but not accounted for, owing to glaring governance gaps and a platform operating without any legal framework. The window dressing of Executive Order Number 2 of 2023, tended to delineate roles between the Ministry of Interior and the National Treasury, failed to anchor the platform in law, with no formal policy or contract. Ambiguous authority left hundreds of millions in jeopardy. Convenience fees of a flat 50 Kenyan shillings per transaction were charged unlawfully, violating a 2014 gazette that mandated prorated charges on service value. The results, citizens unwillingly funded billions through illicit fees, about 1.8 billion Kenyan shillings and about 3.3 million US dollars before January of 2023, another 30.7 million Kenyan shillings and about 319 million Kenyan shillings were collected thereafter. Money didn't just slip through cracks, it was diverted. You see, on 25th January 2024, exactly 127.85 million Kenyan shillings vanished from the official pay bill of 222 redirected to private entities without any documentation. Dig deeper and you find Pesa Flow, an obscure equity bank account named after a little-known firm. Yet, into that unapproved account poured about 68.7 million Kenyan shillings and about 48.1 million US dollars, an audacious bypass of government collection systems. And Pesa Flow is not an innocent bystander, but composed of executives with ties to Webmasters Africa and Kenya, the original developers behind eCitizen. Directors like Eric Araka CB, Frank Ware, Charles Wambai Sewe, and Larry Achieng Agoro surfaced again, this time under a new name. The audit exposed how insiders replaced Gold Rock Capital, initially caught in court with the Treasury over control of Pesa Flow, keeping the game changing but the players the same. Ownership was never clean. James Ayuki, CEO of Webmasters Kenya and Africa, swung the original development contract, yet by 2014, he demanded about 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings from the government, claiming intellectual property rights over a system built with donor funds. The March hearings before Public Accounts Committee unveiled more. Electronic Citizen Solutions Limited, a mysterious firm with no contract, received about 492 million Kenyan shillings plus 414,300 US dollars in payments, money that should have gone to the contracted provider. While these numbers detail the financial hemorrhage, what's truly chilling is who was implicated. Constitutional lawyer Willis Evans Otieno, a vocal critic, blasted Parliament as having betrayed the Kenyan people for ignoring what he called a massive haste. He demanded public naming of account holders behind the fraudulent eCitizen transactions. Former Chief Justice David Maraga did more than criticize. He called for resignations and prosecutions, asserting that the accounts used to siphon public funds must become public themselves. Meanwhile, government agencies bear the scars too. The Tourism Fund, which should have received about 2.24 billion Kenyan shillings, got only 1.72 billion Kenyan shillings, a gap of about 515 million Kenyan shillings. Even individual ministries are not exempt. The Ministry of Lands, under Alice Wahome, had a discrepancy of about 138 million Kenyan shillings between platform receipts and actual balances. Similarly, KRA overstated its collections by 128 million in the 2023-2024 fiscal year. And then there's 1.9 billion Kenyan shillings in duplicate or partial payments, raising questions about revenue traceability and data integrity. Amid these revelations, silence reigned. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission and the DCI remained silent, even though Solicitor General Shadrach Mose admitted that the government lacks access to reports from the platform. The DCI had opened probes as far as back to 2019 into 5.6 billion shillings missing, which involved Goldrop Capital, Treasury officials, and KRA executives. Although the file was handed to the DPP, little came out of it. In Parliament, Immigrations and Citizen Service Principal Secretary Belio Kipsang came under fire. MPs noted key figures were missing from the eCitizen contract, notably the Attorney General and Cabinet Secretaries for Treasury and Interior. The deal was signed only by ICT authority officials and webmasters executives. The upshot: eCitizen is extended government dysfunction rendered digital, a platform to facilitate services transformed into a conduit for exploitation. While Kenyans queued for passports and business permits, billions were rerouted, convenience fees pocketed, accounts misappropriated, all under the radar. As the scandal lay bare, with James Ayugi, PesaFlow directors, Electronic Citizen Solutions Limited, and unnamed Treasury and ICT officials in the crosshairs, yet the institutions meant to police state integrity are complicit in their silence. The same government that arrests protesters within hours shrugs when billions vanished. This isn't idle mismanagement, it's systematic abuse, but accountability is still possible. Release all diverted accounts, prosecute all architects of fraud, enact full legal governance to ensure eCitizen truly serves the public. Because until then, eCitizen is not a portal of progress, it's a monument of misplaced trust.